Well, hello there, you beautiful, beautiful people. You're all looking amazing. Must be the 4th of July. It's doing good things to you. Keep it up. Look, this is video 2 of 2. So if you haven't seen the first one yet, go check it out. Unless you're busy, of course. Oh, I get it. I'm not the most important thing. But do, at some point, go and watch it. But for this video, we're going to be talking very briefly. This is going to be a shorter video. And we're just going to be talking about people picking sides, because I feel that people should now start to be held accountable for people to make a decision what kind of person they are. Are they the kind of person who will follow and support the narratives of certain creators? It might be Tyler Feller, it might be News Nation, it might be those kind of people, the people who are a closed book. They look at something and they convict on that information that is not proven, by the way. It's not proven. And when you actually listen to what they are talking about and they are pushing out, they are in fact seemingly lying. And what I mean by that is that they will take something, they will twist it, they will miss bits out to package it in a certain way that promotes their ideology of a situation. And in the Idaho 4 case, that primarily is to package information that they hand out to make it look like Bryan Kohberger is, without trial conclusion, he is guilty and deserves the punishment that the crime certainly does deserve. I'm not disputing that the crime deserves to be punished, and I am certainly not saying that Bryan Kohberger is innocent. What I'm saying is that I'm categorically stating that there is not enough evidence that any content creator has access to that proves beyond a reasonable doubt Bryan Kohberger is guilty. But there is so much information that could manufacture that ideology, and that is to promote the fact that Bryan Kohberger is of a type of person, or he has done certain things that would help ballast and support the theory that he is indeed the lone killer in the Idaho 4 case. But you need to make a decision on whether you are some kind of person who will just accept these people's word for it. You will take their word for it, you will take it, run with it, and make a decision with it. And that decision, even though, look, on the grander scheme of things, it don't fucking matter what I think, it don't really matter what you think either. But it shows a bigger issue with society. It shows what people are willing to do and how far they are willing to go in order to be right. And, you know, when you look at the Idaho 4 case and you consider that if Bryan Kohberger is guilty of this crime, then he could be sentenced to death. And what I struggle with is the fact that many people are sentencing him to death without facts from law enforcement, without facts from a trial, without a trial conclusion. They are doing it. They are convicting Bryan Kohberger, albeit in their mind, but what they're basically saying is, yeah, I think this guy should lose his life. And I'm doing it because the likes, again, of the aforementioned content creators, they have told me what I need to know in order to conclude that that's right. And I think that that's dangerous. So who are you? What sort of person are you? If you're a parent, what kind of world do you want your children to be brought into, to be raised in? What kind of person do you want to be for them to see and learn from? Is it going to be that you want your children to be closed-minded and to accept the words of people who will manipulate, will lie, will hide things in order to get what they want? Or do you want your child to be someone who questions everything, to be inquisitive in their nature, to not take everything at face value? Because you can't want your child to be that way, or your family or friends or partner, loved ones. You can't want them to be if you yourself are not. And I see many, many people in this community, in the comments, in emails, that are simply, they're not people that I would want to learn from. And look, I need to be careful, because what I'm saying is I appreciate if people have taken the facts, and when you say to them, okay, you think Bryan Kohberger is guilty, Why do you think he's guilty? And if they turn around and say, look, the only thing I'm basing his guilt on, and I appreciate there could be other things, but I'm basing that solely on the fact that I struggle to come up with a solution as to why there would be a knife sheath where it was found with his DNA on it. And that's the only thing that really leads me to believe that he's guilty. But with that being said, I feel that due process should be carried out just in case there is something that's been missed. And I feel that even with that evidence, that the defence has the right to question it, query it, and for the prosecution to show through that process how that system worked and to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Bryan Kohberger entered into this property on this specific night, carried out this specific crime, and made an error that would go in the favour of the prosecution and would ultimately solve this case. That's what I want as an individual. But when I hear people and they turn around and say, I believe that Bryan Kohberger is guilty of this crime because he left DNA there, they saw his car there. His car was in the area. That was proven. In addition to that, he was horrible to females. He was a narcissist. He stalked somebody else. He put cameras in their property so he could watch them when they went in for help. He dealt with knives. He had knives. He bragged about the fact that he had knives and bolstering their opinion with fake news, if you like. That's when I have a problem. And again, I've asked this question before and I'll ask it again. Please let me know down below, as this is a bit of a social experiment for me. And that is, if you believe that Kohberger is guilty, I want you to put down below in the comment section why you truly believe Bryan Kohberger is guilty. At this stage, and I don't mean you're on the fence. I mean, you are categorically saying Bryan Kohberger's guilty and I'm happy with him to be executed. I want you to let me know down below exactly why you feel that way. What gave you that impression? Why is it? And equally, if you believe that Bryan Kohberger did not do this, or he didn't do it alone, and there is more to this than meets the eye, and things need to be questioned, I want you to write down below exactly what leads you to that conclusion. Why are you not at this stage willing to convict this guy and send him down the river to die? And look, at the end of the day, this is just a social experiment. This is working out what people think in crimes like this. And, you know, I'm interested in that kind of thing because I'm a bit weird like that. I hope you're having a fantastic 4th of July. I'm out of here for the day, and I love you and leave you. And if you want to send me any clips of what you did over the festive day, please do email me. The email is in description. Please do me some videos if you so want. And in another upcoming video this week, I shall do a montage of said clips, and I'll include them if you want me to. Until then, I'm out of here. Take care. Have a fantastic day. Love you all.